Hey Bulldogs, this is Coach. Just checking in to see how everybody's doing. We made it. It's the end of week 2. Who would have thought? 2 weeks into school? Ugh, crazy how things are going this year. I don't know how your week's been. Mine's been a little crazy, a little stressful. So, it made me think about one of my favorite books this week. One of my favorite books ever is Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Anybody had a bad day this week? I'm guessing maybe a few of us were on the struggle bus. I know we've had some trouble, technical issues, some problems with Zoom. Just a number of things have just not gone how we wanted them to this week. So, since some of us may have had a horrible, terrible, no good, very bad day, and by the way, that does tie in with our topic of emotions. Sometimes our emotion of stress gets the best of us. So, I thought maybe I would read you this book, and let's see what happens to old Alexander. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. In the carpool, Miss Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm gonna be car sick. No one even answered. I could tell it was gonna be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Miss Dickens likes Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone that the ice cream part falls off the cone and it lands in Australia. Anybody ever been to Australia? I haven't. I wonder how things are there. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mom gave him a piece of jelly roll that had coconut sprinkles on top. Guess whose mom forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Poor Alexander. Anybody felt like Alexander this week? That's what it was, because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to Australia. Anybody had to go to the dentist this week? On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to go and get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby. And while I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and for fighting. I am having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, I told everyone. Nobody even answered. Anybody felt that way this week on a Zoom meeting? When we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers, Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes. But the shoe man said, "We're all sold out." They made me buy plain old white ones. Can't make me wear them. Shoes are important, I know. I love some tennis shoes. Not even gonna lie about that. When we picked up my dad at the office, he said I couldn't play with his copier machine. I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as I could be, except for my elbow. He also said, "Don't fool around with this phone. I think I might have called Australia." My dad said, "Please don't pick him up anymore." It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I wonder what would happen if Alexander was on virtual school. I wonder how his day would go. There were lima beans for dinner. I hate lima beans. There was kissing on TV. Oh, I hate kissing. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes, my marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are just like that. I think I found that day this week. I found some of those days. Even in Australia. So, what do you think about poor Alexander? Seemed to be having a pretty bad day. Anything you think Alexander could do to maybe make himself feel a little bit better? I know. How about some good old exercise? Maybe Alexander needs to go outside and run and play, or do some yoga, take a nice walk, maybe go play with his brothers or sisters, maybe a little kickball, jump some rope. Guys, if you're having a bad day, it's okay. Apparently Alexander, he had a really bad day. He even wanted to move to Australia. His day was so bad. If you're having a bad day, it's okay. Everybody has them. Just do your best. Hopefully the next day is going to be a whole lot better. I know things are kind of rough right now, so just do the best you can to hang on tight. Don't forget, we love you, we miss you, and hopefully we're going to be all back together here at school soon. I'm going to drop some links in with this for some yoga and some fitness challenges for you this week. If you get a chance, send me some pictures of you doing that yoga, doing your exercises, some pictures of you outside with your brothers and sisters or mom and dad, riding your bike, taking a walk. I hope everybody's doing okay. I miss you very, very much.